So yesterday before noon, the Garland Police Department responded to a call in the 400 block of Forest Gate Drive involving a gunshot wound. Upon arrivals, officers located a victim who was deceased and who we have identified as 26-year-old Isabella Lewis out of Garland. During our initial investigation, we discovered that the victim's car was missing. We quickly put out a bulletin to surrounding law enforcement agencies, notifying them about the incident and asking them to be on the lookout for the vehicle. We also determined, through the help of the family, that our victim was a Lyft driver and that she had recently picked up a rider. And the name of that rider who was on her notification to be picked up was Imran Ali Rasheed. A short time later, we were notified by the Plano Police Department that the victim's vehicle was found in the Plano PD parking lot and that someone had just entered the Plano police station and started shooting at the officers. The suspect's name in the Plano incident is the same name as the person who was scheduled to be picked up by our victim in Garland, which is Imran Ali Rasheed. This information, along with additional forensics evidence, was leading us to issue a capital murder warrant for Rasheed, but during preparations, we were notified that he had passed away from his injuries. As law enforcement, part of our investigation now is to try to determine a motive. Through our search for clues, we discovered a note that was left in the victim's car that appears to give us some type of motive for both of these shootings, and also a motive that prompted us to solicit help from the FBI.
The Dallas FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force has joined the investigations of the shooting that occurred at the Plano Police Department, as you just heard, and the murder that occurred in Garland on Sunday. We're working with our law enforcement partners to determine what led to the incidents and if they were an act of terrorism. This remains an open investigation, and as I said, as more information becomes available, some of that may be released as it is verified. At this point, we do not believe that the suspect, Imran Ali Rasheed, was provided assistance by others or that others were involved in these incidents. However, that's a top investigative priority for us to determine the extent of his relationships and contacts. This remains an active investigation, and the FBI remains vigilant in our efforts to detect and assess possible threats if they arise. We encourage the public to remain vigilant and promptly report suspicious activities that could represent a threat to public safety. If anyone has relevant information about Imran Ali Rasheed or his involvement in this incident, please report it to tips.fbi.gov or call 1-800-CALL-FBI.